Hey everybody, what's up? It's Cheeseman here. It's Christmas time, and what better way to celebrate than to have a Jurassic Christmas? So over this past year, I've been collecting some Jurassic Park toys. In the beginning, like when Jurassic Park with Mattel was coming out, like I wasn't all that excited about it. But then these nice figures from the 30th anniversary collection, which is very similar to some of them as the Amber collection, they really did a good job on the sculpt of these toys. So when I went to Comic-Con this year, I bought a Steven Spielberg version, and then I got addicted and started buying more toys and more toys. So it's that time of year where I can finally open this stuff. Why not start with what really, truly started it all? So this was a lot of good packaging that they did. I actually bought 2 of these because I wanted to keep one in the box, and also wanted to have one I could open up and display as part of my collection. So as you can see, they did 2 boxes to kind of keep it safe for mailing, and they have this really cool Jurassic Park poster kind of design thing that they did for Spielberg here. So again, more boxes. Did a really good job with this. Check this out. And action. So they did this really cool display box, so it's almost hard to like want to take it out of the box just because it looks so cool. And it's basically, as you can see, it's Steven Spielberg and the Dilophosaurus, and it has his director's chair. He's even wearing a dinosaur shirt, which is pretty cool. I've been dying to take this thing out, but again, this looks really cool, and I'm glad I got 2 so I can keep one in the box. And then here's the back as well, so it actually has kind of some scene stuff there, and then the date, September 9th, 1992. All right, Steven, time to join my world. I'll get you out of the box. Jeez, Steven. He is not wanting to come out. Actually, it slides better out the bottom, so I recommend that. Here we go. Here's what's in the box. What all that packaging was about. So they actually have the Dilophosaurus. It's on kind of the crane like it was, you know. Of course, in the movie, they hide all the little movie magic. Even like the Jaw Shark was on a crane kind of thing. You got the camera, you got Steven Spielberg, and a chair that says Steven Spielberg. Can you believe that? Look at that. So I'm going to take these out. Dilophosaurus right here. And it does come off the crane thing, so that's cool. This does not move. It's a little stagnant piece. And yeah, here's the Dilophosaurus. This little neck piece should come off. So I did have this individually as the Hammond Collection. It looks like these are pretty similar, if not exactly the same. Yeah, these are pretty much the same mold, I would say, which kind of comes displayed as these. This was actually, I think, the first thing I bought because I just saw the Dilophosaurus at Target and thought it looked really cool. So, and then you can put the little headpiece on. So here's the Dilophosaurus with its thing open. This can be removed in that piece, similar to this one here. It's pretty much the exact same figure. It just has a little crane device that operates it mechanically. Now let's take a look at Steven. Here's the camera. Very nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's go ahead and just put it out there. Why not? Careful not to break Steven. All right. There we go. Little Steven Spielberg. Can't believe this got me to buy all this. Just because I wanted a little Steven Spielberg. Look at that. Although that's pretty cool. And then he's got a bunch of little dinosaurs on his shirt, as I mentioned. And he's got his director's chair. Look at that. It says Steven Spielberg on it. And then has the little Jurassic Park thing on the back. So let's go ahead and display him out front for you all. He will be directing the rest of the show and the unboxing. I'll go ahead and put the Dilophosaurus out there with him as well. So how does that look, Steven? Do you like 2 or 1? I'll take this one away. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Look at that. Spielberg in his chair with the camera. And things falling over. All right. There you go. Steven Spielberg unboxing. Really cool. Launched this whole thing for me of really wanting to collect some of these so I could create some scenes from the movies. Why not? How about more dinosaurs, huh? So, this raptor, you got to get 2 because they hunt in pairs. So, I wanted to do a little like Robert Muldoon kind of scene with them. So, I went ahead and bought these. So, I'm going to open just one of them right now. Let's take a look. Packaging is very similar to some of the other stuff. You have the dinosaur on the back. Velociraptor, a pack hunter by nature. The raptor has intellect, insight, and instinct, the perfect recipe of a top predator. Look at that. Pretty cool. And the sculpt on this is pretty awesome as well. Nice little background. And the tail kind of comes separate, so you do have to attach that. But let's take a look at the raptor. Oh, they do have little things on it they have to cut. It's not like Funko where you can take stuff out of the box and easily just put it back in. It's like it was never opened. So it looks like it's a little more of a greenish color. In the movie, it seemed like they're a little more brown, but maybe it was just the lighting. But it still is kind of like a brown, greenish type thing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stick the tail in. Look at that. It rotates. So look at this little awesome little raptor, and its mouth moves. Yeah. So there we go. Steven, do you want to have a little raptor to join as well? I know you. One of the biggest things. Oh, that's cool too. The little claw thing there. That's awesome. Let's have you join the little dino group. If I can get it to stand up. How should one do this? Okay, there we go. There you go, Steven. Joining the party. All right. Now that we've talked the Dilophosaurus, why not talk Dennis? This is a really cool looking figure. There might have been an amber collection of this as well, but again, this is the 30th anniversary version. And it comes with the little shaving cream bottle. And then also, stick, stupid, stick. Isn't that right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take a closer look at it. And as you can see on the face, in the packaging, they have, where the Dilophosaurus sprayed his face. And then they also just have his normal face with glasses. That actually looks pretty good as well. And he's wearing the raincoat that he wears when he gets attacked. So, and here's the back. And it says, Dennis Nedry. While Dennis Nedry plans to steal embryos from Jurassic Park in return for payment from... I thought it was Dotson, but maybe it's Bjosson. This scheme ends up blowing up in his face, as you can see. Very cool looking figure. Let's open it up. All right, so similar to kind of some of the other ones, just the gold background, but you have interchangeable hands, interchangeable heads. Again, the stick and the shaving cream. And it all kind of fits good within the scale of, as you can see with the dinosaurs, we have Spielberg here. So now they can be in a little film scene together. Again, there is Dennis's face. That sculpt looks really good. And here's the sprayed face and the interchangeable hands. So again, these pieces all are kind of scalable with the other dinosaurs. So really cool to be part of the collection. Let's see if he can stand up on his own. They do have the little things on the bottom so you can get stands for them, which is cool. I'll probably need to get something for that. All right, why not Dr. Alan Grant? So next we're looking at this. There was a few different ones, and I think the shirt color is slightly different on the Amber collection than this one. So it's kind of a hard choice of which one to go for because the sculpt and the look of it's very similar. But this is the nice 30th anniversary version. Or wait, I'm lying. Oh wait, no, this is a Hammond Collection. Okay, but it just doesn't say the... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, not all these that I got actually have the 30th anniversary on them, like this one does. But just so you can get a little closer look, there's two different Alan Grant heads, and then it comes with the flare. Also similar to Ian. Ian also has the flare, and then there's no interchangeable arms, but there are interchangeable hands, and there's a little kind of like baby raptor thing that he holds. So, and it says Dr. Alan Grant, Ian, freeze! It's clear that holding an infant velociraptor is far from the only surprise that awaits Dr. Alan Grant on his treacherous tour of Jurassic Park. So, again, a nice little box. Let's open it up. Right. Same as the other ones, just kind of a gold background, but here's a closer look of what is inside. Grant has sunglasses on, and I think they may be able to be taken off, but I am not going to mess with that right now. I think it looks pretty cool. He's got his nice shirt, and then again, you got the head and the little baby raptor. Might be a little tricky to get out. You breed raptors? So little baby raptor to go with the big one. Hopefully cannot stand very well. We'll just let it play dead. And then we'll let Grant sit up there. But look at that, we're getting a little production here. All right, people, hold on to your butts, because now it is time for John Raymond Arnold, or known as Mr. Arnold. So right here we have Samuel L. Jackson's character. He's got his glasses on, he's got his headset, removable arms, because, you know, he loses his arms in the movie. So, and there's a nice little display on the back. John Raymond Arnold, unable to go through about 2 million lines of code. John Raymond Ray Arnold risks his life and limbs to restore the power system at Jurassic Park. Hold on to your butts. So it's nice how they kind of give a little tribute thing in the back, show you a nice picture and all that, but it's a pretty good looking figure, and it does have a little tiny Jurassic Park logo on his shirt, which is like in the movie. So let's open it up. All right, here it is, Mr. Arnold. Again, the removable arms. Do I need to cut this one out? Nope. So here's the figure of Mr. Arnold. Let's see how easily his arms come off. Come on. Not very easily. There we go. Look at that. Removable arms. So basically here you have the rolled up sleeves, and then you have the regular sleeves. They did a good job on these, which are a lot nicer than some of the things, like some of the stores, they do the Jurassic World collection, but the quality just isn't as good as it is on these. So it's very different in some ways. How about Dr. Ian Malcolm? Now, it doesn't look like his shirt opens up like it does in the movie, but this is actually my first Ian figure I've ever owned. I did own the ones back in 1993, but I never, unfortunately, had an Ian. So I was excited to have my very first Ian Malcolm figure. So as you can see, he also has, kind of like Dr. Arnold, has the rolling up sleeve option versus the coat. Although I wonder if the jacket comes off, because that would match more of the rolled up sleeve. So we'll see what that's like. And then he has a flare, like I mentioned, like Grant does. Nice little display picture on the back. And it says, Dr. Ian Malcolm, during his visit to Jurassic Park, Dr. Ian Malcolm's expertise in chaos theory comes to light in a painfully personal way. So let's take a closer look. All right, here we go. Looks pretty good. And the flare is see-through. It kind of they did a decent job with that. So let's take Ian out. All right, here he is, Dr. Ian Malcolm. Pretty good sculpt on this all the way around, and especially for the scale. I mean, they really did a good job, and you can feel the quality is nice too. And I got news, people. Looks like the jacket does come off, so you can do the roll-up sleeves, you can pull the jacket off, and then you got a little bit of the open shirt, so if you want to do a little bit of a scene of Emma looking over, you can do that. And I think you may be able to remove the glasses. Yeah, I think, yep. So, got to be careful not to lose those, but it does kind of show a big dent on the side, but you can remove those. And they actually did a decent job with the eyes on that too. Oh, that's cool. Add Dr. Ian to the collection. You are getting quite the cast, Mr. Spielberg. All right. We have Robert Muldoon here. So I actually did have an older figure of the 1993 of him. It was probably one of the first ones I got. I did have Dr. Alan Grant. I did have Ellie. I did have Tim. But this one definitely looks a lot more like him. As you know, like the first ones they didn't exactly look like the cast. I don't know if they developed them before kind of everything was established, because there's a lot of differences in the look of the original toys. But this one is a really good sculpt. You get kind of him with his hat on and without, and he has his vest, replaceable hands, and then it has his gun, which is cool too. So I'll definitely want to display this one with the two raptors about to attack him, or the clever girl moment. And I did buy a second one of him too, because I want to do the scene where he's getting chased by the T-Rex. So let's take a closer look at Robert Muldoon. So before we open this up, on the back, as you can see on the others, just says Robert Muldoon, a skilled hunter himself. Robert Muldoon is no match for the clever velociraptors at Jurassic Park. So let's open it up. All right, check it out. Robert Muldoon right there. Again, you can see there's a version with the hat, with just his regular head, and then with the replaceable hands, and then there's the gun. Let's take the gun out first. So obviously this can kind of strap around him, and then you can also hold it. This is to shoot the raptors, which he was trying to do, but unfortunately did not in the movie. Robert. So here he is. And it looks like you can take the vest off as well if you want, but you won't want to because he keeps his vest on. This is one I'd actually want to kind of take the head off on. Popped off fairly easily. Alright, doesn't that look cool? Got him with his head on. So, you ready to join the set of Spielberg's film? There you go. And last but not least, Mr. Hammond himself. This was the one I was probably the most excited about getting it because it just looks really good, even at a smaller scale. There have been exclusives they've done at Comic-Con, I think, of larger versions of John Hammond. But this just looks really good. He's got, his hat on, he's got the glasses. They could be removable, but again, you probably don't want to take them off since I think he has them the whole time. He has a little bucket of something. I wonder if that's the ice cream. Yeah, I think it is because it's just a scooper. And there's, with and without a hat, and he's got his cane as well. So on the back, they got a nice little picture of him, Dr. John Hammond, led by the steadfast desire to create something that was real. Dr. John Hammond is driving force behind Jurassic Park. And while the initial tour goes awry, at least the ice cream does not disappoint. Spare no expense. Let's check it out. So here it is, John Hammond right there. We got, the cane's really cool. It's actually transparent. So you can kind of see the mosquito in there. Like, it's nicer than I was expecting it to be. And of course, like I said, the head sculpt is amazing on this, and they did a good job on both of them. So he's smiling in the one with the hat. Not so happy the other one, Pruzzies. People are dying, is what he said in the movie. Well, I was eating ice cream, but it's a good little scene. Just, if only it came with ice cream, actual ice cream. So the lid doesn't open, so you can't see exactly what kind of ice cream it was there. Well, hello, John. Well, hello, John. Let's get you out of here. Nice. Look at that. And again, you can take the hands off, but it looks like, you know, you can't go wrong with a white suit, especially in the jungle. So the cane's pretty cool, actually. Really like that. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, no, basically the mosquito's drawn on the outside. It's not on the inside. It'd be probably fairly hard at this kind of scale, so it still works, but it would have been maybe cool if it was more on the inside. But definitely this and Nedry were like my two favorite of like just how they looked. So this is not officially part of the Hammond Collection or even the Amber Collection. This is one of the just typical Jurassic World ones, but I really like that Ellie came with a car and had the raincoat because I want to kind of have the scene where the T-Rex is chasing her and Robert Muldoon. I do want to buy a Hammond Collection Ellie. There is one of those. It comes with kind of a leaf type thing. Let's take a closer look at this. So as you can see, again, you got the Jeep here, the wheels turn, it's kind of dirty. It's definitely looks more like the scene where they're getting chased by the T-Rex. They don't have the top of the Jeep on. She's got a raincoat on. And then here's a raptor. It's not as nice looking as, you know, the other ones are in the Hammond Collection, but it has this little dino DNA thing right here that you can kind of push up and down to kind of have its genetic codes is a feature of this one. And it looks like this, yeah, they sold these, I think, in like Target, and I bought this one, I think, online. And then here on the back, they kind of show a little bit of it. There's the Jeep, these side things open. Then you got the Raptor, although this wasn't really a real scene from the movie. The T-Rex was a little more fitting, but we will have the T-Rex with it on my edition. So let's open it up. That took a minute. So here's the Jeep. As I said, these sides open up, which is pretty cool. So you can store little things in there. I discovered while opening it that the mirrors, just so they don't break, they kind of came on separately. So you will have to snap these on. Okay, that pushed in fairly easily. I mean, it's for kids, right? Not adults, both. Here's the Jeep. Look at that. Put the mirrors on. And I own a Jeep, so that's pretty cool. There's another little thing back here. This does not open. You have two seats there. This is where Ian will... Ian, you want a lift? Let's get Ian in there. So after his little thing. So look at that. We got Ian in the back now. And then we got Ellie here. So the sculpt looks fairly similar to some of the stuff on the Hammond Collection, the Amber. It's still a decent, face she did. And it looks like you might be able to remove the jacket, but her arms aren't changeable on this. So you're stuck with the yellow sleeve. So you might as well just keep this one together. I'm not sure if the head comes off. I'm not going to attempt that right now. Look at that. We have our little buddies here. We got Ian, Ellie, and Robert Muldoon driving like they're about to get chased by a T-Rex, which they will shortly. So pretty good, and I think that looks really cool together. You got the Jurassic Park sticker on it, and of course all the wheels operate, and it was pretty good. I think it looks really cool together. Look at that. And then again, here's the dinosaur. This definitely feels a lot cheaper than the other one does. It feels like pure plastic, where this is a little more rubbery. So, and then tail is already on it and does not detach like this one does, but side by side, the Hammond Collection is much better quality. But I got a Jeep with it, so you can never have too many Raptors. So we'll go ahead and See how this, and even the feet are different on this one, where it's darker. The little claws are darker on the other one. This one's just a little more solid color. It's still decent, but definitely not as nice as the other ones on the Hammond Collection. And I think Ian's probably saying there are going to be more dinosaurs on this unboxing video. So why don't we do the T-Rex? It's time for a T-Rex. I'm really excited about this one. Oh my gosh. Look at that. The sculpt on this is so nice. I mean, the eyes like are real as well, where you can kind of see inside of them. They have the mouth and the tongue. That is really cool. And then on the back here, it says the Tyrannosaurus Rex with epic power and colossal force. The Tyrannosaurus Rex is the ultimate carnivore when dinosaurs ruled the world. Kind of like my shirt right here. See? So it's time to open this thing. And it looks like the tail, kind of like some of the other ones, kind of come separate, and I'll be attaching that. All right, moment of truth. Here it is. The T-Rex. We got to T-Rex. Now, I did own the 1993 one, which is a lot more rubbery and red. They did do a new replica of that. That is in stores right now. But it just didn't feel as good and rubbery as the old one, so I have not purchased some of these replicas because they've done a lot of the reissue of the 1993. Some of the characters look more realistic like they are, but I don't know if the toy quality on some of the stuff is as good. But this Hammond stuff's really good. The tail is slightly rubbery at the end, which I like. As much as it kind of feels more like the real skin, I tend to like that more. So let's take a look. I think the tongue moves, which is pretty cool. And you can open and close. That is a really good sculpt on the face, I will have to say. Look at that. That is awesome. Feet. It is pretty hard and kind of almost hollow sounding. I wish it was a little more rubbery, kind of like the older figures were, but it is kind of softer in some places, like here in the face. But there are those harder spots. But overall, it looks really cool. So let's snap the tail on. All right, I think that's snapped in. Nice, and the tail does slightly move. It is, you could do some really good stop motion type stuff with this. I mean, it really does look really cool. Little T-Rex arms. It's definitely a strange dinosaur that it would have this big of legs and such tiny arms. Probably was not happy about that. This is what I was most excited about. So now I got the Jeep can be chased by the dinosaur. So you can do a little. So I think it'll be cool to display it like that all together. But really good job on this. Look at that. Voila. It's beautiful. I really like that. I think I could just stop everything and just play with this right now. I do have a Comic-Con exclusive from years ago where they did the dinosaur with the lawyer, and this was really cool. And it was a similar sculpt to the T-Rex that you see here. And I bought this at Comic-Con. It's just really cool. The box is awesome. I mean, look at that. It's a really cool box. Yeah, the display on that's awesome. So this is one of the ones I probably will most likely keep in the box. So it's the funny little scene from when the lawyer goes to the bathroom. Let me look at that. So this is Donald Gennaro. It says, during the trial run of Jurassic Park, Donald Gennaro ends up courting disaster when he frantically flees from his vehicle in hopes of hiding from the Tyrannosaurus Rex. However, he learns the true meaning of when nature calls during this bathroom breakdown, where his objection is clearly overruled. So they show kind of the fence, and that was a little warning sign thing on there. But this might be a little hard to see, but they kind of displayed him here with his arms up. And then the T-Rex, very similar. It looks like pretty much the same mold that I just showed you on the other one. There might be, I don't think there's really much differences, and I think the tail's probably separate. But it also does have the signage for the T-Rex, which is cool. And what's awesome about this is there's a little button. So you hit the button and you get pretty sweet. So it all lights up, and I think it's just the one clip it plays. But that's really cool how it flashes. But yeah, he can, and then it looks like it comes with a hat and some other things there if you ever did take him out of the box. But at the moment, I am just going to keep him boxed. As again, you can see the T-Rex is fairly similar. So but having the audio thing and kind of it creating its own scene, I think is really cool and really sets it apart. All right, so you've seen several dinosaurs. We got the Dilophosaurus, the Raptor, the T-Rex, multiple characters. But something I was kind of blown away by is that they did the Brachiosaurus, because it is ginormous and it actually scales where it makes these things all look tiny. So I picked up this at Target, and it even, I didn't get it at first, but then I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm going to eventually want it because it's just really cool. It comes in multiple parts, so this one will take a second to assemble. It kind of tells you the scale of it, which is 27 inches high when it's standing up, and then when it's not, it's 43 inches. So that is pretty big for a toy. And it's all scaled to this stuff, which is really cool. And it somewhere, it shows, right there, it shows kind of the scale next to what it would look like with the figures, and also against the T-Rex. So the T-Rex is about to look tiny. It does say some stuff on this one too, where it says, I guess there's a little special something in there. Check out what's inside with Mr. DNA. Okay, so they got a little something extra in here. I mean, this one is definitely more expensive. The price point of one of these is $80. There have been some discounts online kind of through different holidays where I've seen people get $30 or $40 off. So it's probably best to wait for one of those because I think they still have a lot of these out there. But when they probably stop, whenever they stop selling this stuff, all the prices usually go up because now it becomes more of a collector thing. So the sight of the first dinosaur on the tour of Jurassic Park causes Dr. Alan Grant to not only stand and remove his hat and glasses in shock, but he also physically turns Dr. Ellie Sattler's head so she can see what he can't believe, a massive Brachiosaurus. Welcome to Jurassic Park. So that's that moment right there that they're showing, which is cool. So let's take a look. All right, let's take a look at these pieces. Oh my gosh, this is just the waste. Oh my gosh, ginormous. Lots of pieces in here. Here, this must be the little dino DNA thing. Jurassic Park, look at that. So it looks like just like a little flyer thing, just a little bonus something. All right, look at all these pieces. So you basically have to assemble this thing together. And it looks like they do label by letters and all that, so that kind of helps you put together. So I am going to quickly, but not so quickly, assemble this. So it's nice they did label these so you know where it goes where. So this says C on it, and it says C right there. So they make it fairly easy to know which pieces go with what. All right, last piece They snap in fairly easily. This has not been too difficult to assemble. And it makes a snapping sound when it's all done. So as you can see, this can move, the head. You can adjust. This thing is ginormous and the mouth opens. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this thing is so big. This is insane. So, as promised, look how tiny this makes the T-Rex look. This is insane. So you got the T-Rex here, a very tiny John Hammond. Look at it. Look how small this is compared to John Hammond. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Jurassic Park. This is insane. This is really cool though. But if you're having a hard time displaying it, you can always take the head down a little more and stuff. But they just did such a good job, and the eyes are really good on this. Kind of like the T-Rex, where it kind of looks more glassy, like real eyes. The head maneuver's pretty good. Does not bend there, but this all goes pretty good. Wow, this is quite the display I have now. And just a little quick other shout outs. Here's my Funko I got of John Hammond and a little Jurassic Park gate, opening gate here. This was at Target. They do have sales sometimes, and me and my cousin Chris each, I think, got one of this, and it was pretty affordable. I think it might have been, I don't know if it was half off or buy one get one, or it was pretty discounted. Here's my Mondo Tiki mug. I was kind of wanting it to be a little smaller so I could actually use it. This is almost like too big to use, because I mean this would be like 2 or 3 drinks, and that's pretty much the whole night if you drink this thing. But it does still look pretty cool, and it's brown and all that, so I do enjoy that. And then I got a nice little thank you gift from the Fry guy, the con guy himself, Jim Fry. Jim got me a little Jurassic Park bottle opener, which is basically a little raptor claw. It's kind of similar to the same size that Dr. Alan Grant had, and you can do a little, and then the opener's right there on the side. But very cool, and it's pretty like heavy duty too, so it feels almost like a real claw. Before we go to our last 30th anniversary item, I do have one more raptor thing to show you from a former Comic-Con. It is the death scene of Mr. Arnold. So they did a Comic-Con exclusive. I bought a couple of these. I was planning to take it out, but kind of like the dinosaur, it does some sweet effects and all that. So the scene where Ellie and goes to find Mr. Arnold to turn the power back on. So they did kind of a little boxing display kind of based on that.
Theoretically, yes, but we've never shut down the entire system before. It may not come back on at all.
So that's really cool that they kind of display that room. Of course, his arm comes off, and it does have kind of like a bloody kind of look, but it's got the raptor. It does look like more of kind of like the Jurassic World collection. It's not as nice as the Hammond collection.
Whatever it did all. But with the key checks off, the computer didn't file the keystroke, so the only way to find them now is to go through the computer's lines of code one by one.
But there are several lines that it does, and you can even just hit the button.
No, that's crazy. You're out of your mind. He's absolutely out of his mind. 3 minutes, I can have power back on the entire park. Theoretically, yes, but we've never shut down the entire system before. It may not come back on at all.
Nice. So yeah, even just opening it kind of will set it off, but it's a nice little piece, and it's very good to kind of keep in the box, but you can take it out and do it separate. And I do have 2 in case I ever want to do that in the future. But now we are ready for our last and final item. Of course, the dinosaurs are all awesome, but they did a little mini kind of thing for the 30th anniversary of these, almost like little like micro machine looking type vehicles that go through the gates. So you get a little bit of that excitement as you're going and entering through Jurassic Park for the first time. So it's basically these die-cast vehicles, and they do even have some different dinosaurs and eggs, and it's by Nano Hollywood Rides, and they sold this at Target, but it's technically not a Mattel thing, but it was kind of by Jada, and it was sold kind of in Target, kind of in the same area, but it also still has the branding of the 30th anniversary on there. So very cool, nice little box. I think you can find these on sale. Like I think I got this around 25 to 30, but I think now they're around $22 that you can buy. So these aren't too hard to find still currently at some of these stores. So let's take a closer look. Again, the packaging is really cool on this. I mean, it's a really cool design all the way around. And then, you know, comes in this piece there. Here's the other half, and then there's some other things that go along with it. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble these. Now you do have to kind of assemble the back end. They have some of the dinosaurs there, but not all the plants in. So you can kind of just look at the front and kind of see how they did those and kind of mimic the design for that to try to figure it out. All right, so here it is assembled. I'll put the plants on there. So the front end is just plants, but on the back end, you have some of the little baby dinosaurs, and there's some eggs and all that. The gates push open. They also go back the other way, so they go both directions. Got a little bit of the fence, but this display is really cool. And you got the Jeep right here, just a little kind of like micro machine kind of thing, but did a pretty good job on that. And the wheels, you know, move obviously. And then there's the Jurassic Park Jeep as well. Well, the more the Explorer, actually. So you got the Explorer and the Jeep, which actually scale-wise doesn't look like it quite matches, because they make the Jeep look bigger than what the Explorer would, but the Explorer would actually be bigger than the Jeep, so it's not quite accurate, but still pretty cool. And basically the whole thing is you can drive the vehicle through the gate. So that's what's awesome about it. And there is some dino prints right there at the end. You can do the whole welcome to Jurassic Park, and got your John Hammond here, and pretty cool. But it's great for like displaying on your desk or somewhere like that. So this is probably fun for kids, but also a very cool display for adults. What's awesome about the movie is it was done back in 1993, but they're still making stuff, and they're doing stuff, and it kind of brings out the kid in all of us. And it's such a good movie that it kind of goes down from generation to generation. So I hope one day these aren't mine, they're my kids. So, and I don't know if they'll keep making them to this quality, so I wanted to make sure I got them at this time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hope you enjoy Jurassic Park as much as I do. Go watch the movie. You can find these toys online at different sites, and such as you can go to like Walmart, Target, some places in person, but it's always good to get stuff in person when you can, just in case there's some slight differences in some things. But online, I haven't been too disappointed through what I've gotten. So check out theconguy.com and keep following us for more unboxing videos.